The full moon in Taurus on November 5th is the biggest, brightest, most intense full moon of the year, and here's why. It's a supermoon, meaning it's super intense. A supermoon is when the moon is closest to the Earth in her orbit, having a stronger pull on the Earth's tectonic plates and tides. This is amplified with Uranus retrograde returning to 29 degrees Taurus in just a couple of days, bringing a return of extreme weather, weaponized weather, and financial market volatility. And it features Mercury, frozen in its tracks 6 degrees Sagittarius, in its pre-retrograde shadow. Mercury has been in its pre-retrograde shadow since October 21st, under the Libra new moon, when Mercury and Mars aligned for the first of 3 times. The second alignment happens next week, under the last quarter moon 20 degrees Leo, with Mercury and Mars aligned 6 degrees Sagittarius. This means that Mercury will essentially be stationary 6 degrees Sagittarius for an entire week. This is usually the most chaotic and disruptive part of Mercury retrograde, whenever it appears to not be moving. It's an explosive energy to begin with, amplified by the conjunction of Mercury and Mars, and further amplified by their opposition to Uranus, planet of sudden change, disruption, and liberation, happening along the Gemini-Sagittarius axis of communication, knowledge, and technology, and along the Taurus-Scorpio axis of wealth. We can anticipate disruptions to these areas. It brings a critical test to what was seeded during the initial conjunction between Mars and Uranus, which occurred on July 15th, 2024, within days of the first assassination attempt against Trump. Trump, be very careful these next 2 weeks. Look out for explosive news and information as secrets are exposed. Freedom of speech continues to be a major theme. Remember, you have freedom of speech, but you also have the freedom to face the consequences for what you say, especially publicly. Fuck around and find out. Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign that is all about the pursuit of truth, liberty, justice, and freedom. We can anticipate disruptions to aviation. Air traffic controllers, for example, have not been paid during what is now the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, forcing these already overly stressed and tired air traffic controllers to take on second and third jobs to pay the bills. I can't imagine what that means for safety when it comes to travel over the next couple weeks. We can also anticipate disruptions to trains and other networks of information, our nervous systems, communication, and power grids. In Sagittarius, aligned with Mars, opposing Uranus, this is big, fuck around and find out energy. Therefore, this full supermoon in Taurus is an opportunity to reflect on our sense of peace and what we may need to let go of, any threats to said peace. It's a call to explore a relationship not only with peace, but with comfort, security, and stability. The name for any full moon in November is the Beaver Moon, and beavers are known for tirelessly spending their time building dams, fortifying their homes, making them secure and hospitable, symbolizing home, security, safety, and peace. It's time to let go of what has become too comfortable, stifling, or stagnant, what no longer serves our growth and highest evolution. Venus, the ruler of Taurus, shifts into Scorpio, obsessive, dark, and brooding. And it's weekend here, just after experiencing a crisis, 29 degrees Libra, a crisis that plays out in a one-to-one relationship, whether that is at home, personal, a friendship, or at work through a business partnership. Once Venus ingresses into Scorpio, she immediately forms a challenging high-pressure square to Pluto in Aquarius. This brings out jealousy, insecurity, hidden resentments, power and control dynamics within relationships. Venus will soon catch up to Mercury retrograde and will oppose Uranus, bringing a deep desire or urge for change, especially a break from stagnation. The sun is in Scorpio, along with Black Moon Lilith, spotlighting this energy. People's egos or shadow sides have been running amok for weeks, and now it's on full display this Scorpio season. Although everyone will be affected by this most intense, chaotic week of the year, and the most intense, biggest, brightest full supermoon of the year, placements between 13 and 29 degrees of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, will be hit the hardest. Growth begins just outside your comfort zone, so it's time to get uncomfy. But remember to stay grounded. As someone who is highly energetically sensitive, I have to work on cleansing my energy regularly, and I have lots of pointers for staying grounded. If you would like them, let me know in the comments below.